Welcome back, amazing viewers, to Christianity Over Islam channel with Sam Shamoun. And on this episode of this amazing debate, Sam Shamoun had a very heated debate with Nadir Ahmed on Deuteronomy 18 and other juicy topics that were discussed on this video. Let's watch this amazing debate to get more details.
Do you mind if I bring a friend on?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you mind if I bring a friend on?
Sure, please.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure, yeah.
All righty, but go ahead and talk about your 3 points or 3 minutes. I'll start your 3 minutes.
A quick question: who's Ben Malik in the chat?
He's one of my friends. He'd like to talk to you too.
Is that Sam Shamoun?
Yes.
Well, you know he's been running away from me. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. Really?
This guy.
Bro,
this guy's a coward.
I've listened to you, bro. Nobody runs away. Nobody runs away from you. Nobody runs away from you. Don't flatter yourself. Nobody runs away from you. And so, anyway, if you want, I'll go ahead and bring him on, and he'd like to talk to you too.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah, because you know this guy, and he's one of the problems. Let me just share with you my side of the story here. You know, one of the
we've
problems.
Heard your side.
I'm sorry, what's that?
We've heard your side.
Well, okay, I'll to talk about this guy. So basically, what they're running away from, the Bible, the Quran.
Bro, don't flatter yourself. Nobody's running away from you. You are such a lightweight. You got no logic. Your logic is faulty. Dude, nobody's running away from you. Nobody's scared. Don't flatter yourself. You got no logic. Your reasoning is faulty, dude. Nobody's scared of you. Don't flatter yourself. I know you tell yourself that to make yourself feel better, but the truth is nobody's scared of you, man. But here's our friend Cam. We'd like to talk to you too.
Surprise you, loudmouth coward. Now we're gonna see who's running from who, you little wicked dog.
Okay.
First of all, no. First of all, open your Quran, chapter 2 of the Quran. Start reading 40 to 44. Now it's time for me to schmuzzle you for your slanderous lies, you filthy, wicked demon. Open Quran. Shut up. Open Quran.
Okay,
open Quran, chapter 2, verses 40 to 44. Read.
I'm not going to take dictates.
No, you're going to do it whether you like or not, you Ibn Muta. Or we're going to talk about the Muta wife you had for a month after you divorced.
Sam, why are you from?
See, open chapter 2 of the Quran. We're going to talk about the Quran in the Bible. Open chapter 2. Stop barking. I'm going to start reading. Okay, I'm going to read. I'm going to read your Quran. No one wants to hear you. Open up your Quran. Here we go.
Can we do 3 minutes back and forth?
No, we're going to do interactive discussion because you tapped into the prophet.
No, you're not going to let me talk.
You're going to read the Quran. Wait. You're ashamed of your Quran? You're ashamed of your filthy prophet who prostituted women?
Sam,
open your Quran. Let me read it because you're too much of the Quran. Okay, I'm reading the Quran for him because this coward is ashamed of the prophet.
Can we put
No. Let me read the Quran for you. Shh. Ish. Let me read the Quran because you're a liar, slander. You deserve no respect, you dog, for telling people we ran from you. You wicked, vile heathen. So now because you got a loud mouth, you're a slanderer, I'm now going to humiliate you like Jesus humiliated your filthy prophet. Hold on. I'm going to read your Quran for you.
And you're a coward. You're running from the debate.
You can see I'm running. Oh, I'm running. Who's saying, look, I'm running?
The way you're running by bad-mouthing and not giving me an opportunity to talk.
I'm acting like your prophet who told people to bite people's penises off. Hey, wait. Do you condemn your prophet for saying, go tell them to bite their father's penises? I'm not shouting, but you're too stupid of a dog to answer.
But don't run away from
chapter 2 of the Quran.
Let you Israel. 18 right now.
Israel, call to mind the special favor which I bestowed upon you, and fulfill your covenant with me as I fulfill my covenant with you. Fear none but me, and believe in what I reveal, confirming the revelation which is with you, and be not the first to reject faith therein, nor sell my signs for a small price, and fear me and me alone, and cover not the truth with falsehood, nor conceal the truth when you know what it is. Be steadfast in prayer, practice regular charity, bow down your heads with those who bow down and worship. Do you enjoin right conduct on the people and forget to practice it yourselves, and yet you study the scripture? Now, Ibn Muta, what did they have at the time your prophet that your wicked prophet confirmed? You know what the Arabic says?
Listen. Now
I just read your Quran. Answer.
You've just had your chance to speak. Now
answer the question. You're not going to dictate. We don't
not going to let me speak. Okay,
Hussein, let me repeat the question, Hussein, because this guy's too scared.
He's scared to debate me, actually. That's okay,
Answer
Sam.
the question. What
Why
was
are you scared of me, Sam?
I'm shaking like that woman was shaking when you did muta with her. I'm shaking like the woman that you did muta with was shaking for that month. Remember that?
Why can we not have a debate with equal time? Why can't we do that?
Answer the question.
I'm not going to answer the
respect. Okay.
This guy's a coward.
Shut up, dude. Answer the question.
I already, okay.
Are you going to answer the question?
What part of no don't you understand?
Go ahead.
Sam, what part of no don't you understand? I'm not going to sit
here. Then why don't you get the hell out of here, you little dog? No one cares about you.
I came here to stop what you're saying.
You don't have Muslims supporting you. You're a joke. What Muslim institution endorses you, you wicked dog? Name one.
Work for any Muslim institution.
Because no one wants to be associated.
Why are you scared to debate me, Sam?
You're a joke.
Sam, why are you scared to debate me on the Bible, the Quran, and modern science?
Hussein,
yes, you are.
Part of this verse wasn't
You've been
about
running for how long? It's been over 15 years.
Okay, are you going to keep barking like Muhammad? Okay,
guys. You know what? I can't make heads or tails about what I think that we got a really good opportunity here.
Yes.
I got the opportunity to hear from Sam and an opportunity to hear from Nadir.
Nadir, answer the
question. We have a debate.
About the Bible.
Nadir, can you answer the question that Sam
asked? No, I'm not going to answer any questions. I want to debate fair, equal time.
You're going to get equal time when you answer the question.
No, I'm not going to answer any questions. I want to
get the hell out of here, dude. Go lick the black stone, you pagan.
1818.
Go lick the black stone, you little pagan, like your whore prophet.
Let me ask you. Okay, these guys are just shouting me down. You're not letting me talk.
Like your prophet used to behead people and rape them. So better be shut down than rape your wife.
Really want to turn to Christ with this type of behavior, right?
I'm not interested in having you turn to Christ. I want you to burn in hell with your prophet.
You know this type of behavior. I mean, seriously, how do you expect?
Wait. You're saying to the people, I shouldn't act like your prophet who raped women like your mother.
No, you're actually that's not true.
Doing muta. All right. Okay. So you want me to be better than your prophet?
Listen, honestly, I'm ignoring your.
Okay. Would you be okay with Muhammad?
The Bible and modern science.
Listen, dude, keep barking.
Scared to debate Deuteronomy.
Would you be okay with Muhammad treating your mother like a whore doing muta with her?
Hussein, what are we?
Would you be okay?
Wait.
Answer the question.
I'm out of here.
Would you be okay with Muhammad taking your mother and doing muta with her like a whore?
Run away from the debate on Deuteronomy 18:18.
Would you be okay with Muhammad taking your mother and then treating her like a whore, doing muta with her? Yes or no?
I don't talk about the
Would you be okay, you little dog?
Look how this coward Sam Shamoun is running.
I'm more of a man than Aisha was. Wait.
He's running away
from more of a man than Aisha was when your prophet mounted her at the age of 54. Yes or no? Are you more of a man than your prophet who mounted Aisha, a 9-year-old minor, like the age of your daughter?
What are we going to do? Are we going to have a debate or am I out of here?
You're going to answer the question?
Option. Hussein, I'm talking to you.
Shut up. Stop barking like a coward. Answer the question, you coward.
Nice.
You little coward.
So okay, guys, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Would you be okay with your mother doing muta with your prophet and your prophet sleeping with your 9-year-old daughter? Yes or no?
Sam, did you know that Jesus had girls sexually molested in the Bible?
There you go. Well, you mean, hold on. You mean he was following Allah? Wait, he was following Allah? Chapter 4, verse 24? Where your filthy God said you can rape married women like your mother?
Sam Shamoun, you are a coward.
Are you going to answer the question, you dog? Final chance. Would you be okay? Let's repeat. I know you're ashamed of your filthy dog, Muhammad. Would you be okay?
Dog, I'm not going to get
Muhammad taking your mother and doing
scared to debate me on Deuteronomy.
We are shaking. We are shaking.
Debate me on the Bible, the Quran.
Okay, Hussein.
All right, you guys. All right, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision here.
Okay, do it.
I think we proved Sam is not afraid of Nadir.
Nadir
has come on, and I want to go ahead and return to the subject of our debate here, which is Deuteronomy 18:18.
Let's deal with it.
Let's debate Shamoun on this. Let's debate.
Okay. All right. Let's do Deuteronomy.
Would you like to join us for the debate?
Deuteronomy 18. Deuteronomy 24.
Okay, can we go ahead? Can we go ahead?
Moderator.
Go ahead. I want to do it again. Okay.
Can I bring up
doing it? Okay. Let's go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
It was, first of all, the way we were doing it is 3 minutes, 3 minutes. That's what I want to do.
No, but you're going to give this a chance to run.
3 minutes. Now, I just finished my 3 minutes, and so right now it's Nadir.
Let me do my 3 minutes. Let me start.
You want to start, Sam?
Yeah, I want to do it. Hold on. You want to do me, right? So I can muzzle your prophet? Okay, let me
guys, let me turn on the lights in this room here, okay? Just give
No, please keep it off. We want to see your ugly mouth. Please, keep it off.
Okay, I can't hear this. Let's do 3 minutes, no interruptions. Give me 5 minutes to get set up over here, okay?
No, actually keep the light up. No one wants to see your mouth.
Okay, you guys, we kind of got,
Hussein, you can't respect this dog. He has no respect. He's a slandering dog like his prophet. Don't respect this guy.
I know. I've watched his videos. I know.
So please, don't give him a license, please.
You know what? I'd like for us to do this in order so that.
No, but that's the thing. He hides behind silence like a coward. Even Michael Brown condemned him like for a dog that he is.
I watched the video with Michael Brown. I know. I watched the video with Michael Brown. So anyway, you guys, we're going to continue this. We're going to do 3 minutes, so that you guys can hear the arguments for. Now, I'm going to do it, but since we have Sam is much better than me. He's much more knowledgeable than me. So let's go ahead and let Sam go ahead and do my part, which is
dog, this guy. Dog, that's what he is. I have no respect for him. So I'm sorry, Christians. I'm going to treat this guy like the dog that he is. He goes around slandering people and lying about them. That's why he's got no Muslims to support him. And he's supposed to be a Sunni who did muta marriage. I don't know if you know that, Hussein.
Yeah, I've heard,
Stupid slang.
I'll deal with you.
Watch what I'm going to do to your prophet. I'm going to make him cry like he made Aisha cry. So get ready. Bring your stuff. So do I begin with the 3 minutes?
If you want to go first, you can go first. We had already started, and he already went first, and so we were at the second phase right now.
But I just came in, so I don't care what you guys did, because I want to deal with this guy.
Excellent. This is a dream come true.
Yes, and it's going to be Muhammad's nightmare come true. So keep barking. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this. Bismillah.
Okay, now the prophet like Moses. Okay.
Nadir, so you're ready, Nadir?
I'm ready. No,
you got
cannot
that.
allow interruptions, okay?
Okay, let me begin. I won't even need to take 3 minutes because he's on to answer my charges. The prophet like Moses is to be from
among.
We're
talking about Deuteronomy 18.
Hussein, you keep interrupting me now. So can I make the point? Okay. The prophet like Moses is supposed to be from their brethren. He's assuming Muhammad is a son of Ishmael and therefore related to the Israelites. My first challenge to Nadir, show me a single verse in the Quran that says Muhammad is a son of Ishmael. That's my first challenge. The second challenge, show me some pre-Islamic proof, not from the Quran or the traditions that come 200 years later, that say that Ishmael settled in Mecca, married a woman from the tribe of Jurhum, and is the ancestor of Muhammad. That's my first challenge. I won't even take 3 minutes. Show me proof that Muhammad is a son of Ishmael, therefore a son of Abraham, therefore related to the Israelites. That's my first challenge. I got your sources, and I'm going to embarrass you with your genealogy of your fake prophet. So answer the question. Go ahead.
Okay, let me start with my 3 minutes, and this is, as I said, is kind of a dream.
Okay, all right. Sam didn't take his 3 minutes, so I'll just go ahead and get started.
Answer the question.
Is it my turn?
Yes, your turn.
Okay, this is kind of a dream come true. We got Sam Shamoun.
Keep parking. Go. Go to the point.
Guys, I can't be interrupted. Go
to the point.
Sam, let him answer, okay?
Let him go to his point.
Go ahead, Nadir.
Okay, thank you. So this is kind of a dream come true, where we finally got a person who's been running for 15 years away from
the slander and the lies again. I know your prophet.
You get to the answer, Nadir.
Yeah, stop with
No,
your
you guys
barking.
interrupt. I'm
Stop with your barking and slander. I'll humiliate your prophet.
Hey, are we going to have a debate?
3 minutes.
If you'll just get to the subject, quit
I
talking
will,
about
but
Sam.
Stop barking. I'm
You
gonna
guys
humiliate
have
you.
got
Get
it.
to the answer. Get to the answer.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna. I'll take my time and debate.
No, you're not going to take your time to do what you want. You're going to take your time to answer.
All right. So, are you going to allow me to speak?
You're going to take your time to answer,
Okay,
not to
I am
follow,
appealing
because I'll
to
humiliate you.
You are
Okay.
supposed to give me.
You guys,
uninterrupted.
hurry up, Nadir. Nadir, quit talking about
Oh.
Sam. Please talk about
I haven't
answer.
answered the
The
question.
same way he talked about my mother and all the my.
No, you're lying. I said, what would you
I
say
will
to your
put
prophet
my-
or your mother? Don't slander me. Stop
Can't
lying.
talk-
Stop lying.
What's your name? Hussein, how are we going to conduct this debate? I can't be
We're
interrupted.
going to conduct by going to the answer and not
Okay,
talking
I want-
about
Nadir. Okay, Nadir. I
Yes.
want to talk. I want to say,
Yeah, lay down the rules.
you guys, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to mute. When it's not your turn, I'm going to mute you
Excellent.
because I want to get through this and I want to get some benefit. Right now, I'm not.
Topic, no side issue.
I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do, Sam. From now on, if it's not your turn, I'm going to mute you because I want to hear what the other guy has to say. But Nadir, I don't want you to come on here and say Sam's been running from me for 25 years, whatever. I want you to get.
what I want.
Shut up and get to the point.
You're the one who chose this subject, okay?
Okay, let's do the debate.
So
Okay.
please answer, okay? You know what, Nadir? I'm going to go ahead and, just because of all this confusion, I'm going to give you another 3 minutes, okay? I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Take the 3 minutes and respond to what Sam said about proof that Muhammad is a descendant of Ishmael.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
My 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to give you a 3 minutes all over again because of what, the confusion there. So right now, your 3 minutes start. Go ahead, Nadir.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead.
And so basically, why we say, Muhammad is the prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18 is because this is what the facts support. At no time in this debate will Sam Shamoun give a fact. Everything that the Christians base their objections on or claiming that Jesus was a prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18, it is based upon interpretation. And this is what we're going to see tonight. So let me go ahead and answer his first interpretation, claiming that Muhammad is not a descendant of Ishmael, that this is something which was made up. Once again, we see that this is exactly what I've been saying, that he is not presenting any facts to support what he's saying. There's many, and so what's very interesting about this is not only that he's not supporting facts, but he's rewriting history. We can go to the history. Whoa, Stephen, you can't interrupt me. In my 2 minutes, okay? And so he's rewriting history, and that's how weak the case for the Christians are. So first of all, let's look at some evidences from the actual Hadith itself, which talks about Ishmael. So this is talking about the lineage of Ishmael. That basically it talks about Abraham. This is narrating a Hadith. It says Abraham brought her and her son Ishmael while she was still suckling him to a place near the Kaaba under the tree and a spot called Zamzam, in the highest place in the mosque. During those days, and so the Hadith goes on. So here we could see from the historical records of what we have, which the Hadith is like the historical records of Islam. We see here that the Arabs are the descendants of Ishmaelites, and once again, this is a rewrite of history. You could go to the history books, and you can also see that. But not only that, but we know now from science as well that the Arabs and the Jews are indeed related to each other genetically. Well, and by the way, here is Encyclopedia Britannica, which the Christians have to rewrite. Look at all the books the Christians have to purge just to get to to refute our case here. So this is an example from Encyclopedia Britannica. Ishmael is the Arabs are the descendants of Ishmael, and here is showing an article from Science in which it shows that the Jews and Arabs are genetically linked. So we have, so once again, I think it's pretty pathetic that you have to now go into all the history rooms and classrooms and start purging and burning books just to make Jesus true. So that's enough to dismiss this faulty notion that that Muhammad and the Arabs are not the descendants of Ishmael. So in my remaining 5 seconds, we need to now talk about what
your time is up. Okay, but thank you for what you said. Okay, now it's Sam's turn.
I'm going to make it easy for you to win this debate, not humiliate yourself as a liar. Okay, I won't even take 3 minutes. Number one, I never said Arabs are not related to the Jews. So you're a liar following your prophet. I said you have no proof Ishmael is the father of Muhammad. Even the hadith you quoted, because you're so wickedly dishonest like your God, there it proves to you Ishmael didn't father the Arabs because he married a woman from the Arabs, the tribe of Jurhum, meaning the Arabs were there before Ishmael. So even the hadith you cited shows he's not the progenitor of the Arabs. The Arabs come from various strands according to the hadith. So let me repeat my challenge again before I quote Ibn Kathir to humiliate you. Here's my challenge, clear for everyone to hear. Give me pre-Islamic, pre-Quranic proof Ishmael settled in Mecca, fathered the particular Arabs at Mecca by marrying a woman from the tribe of Jurhum, and therefore is the ancestor of Muhammad. You quoted Bukhari, that's 20 years later, and that itself showed you're a liar. You can't even read your sources because there were already Arabs there. Nadir, can you read the hadith? Did he not marry an Arab woman from the tribe of Jurhum according to that hadith, which is a fake? So now I'm going to give you my time to answer my question again. Show us pre-Quranic Islamic proof Ishmael settled in Mecca, fathered the Arabs at Mecca, and therefore is the ancestor of Muhammad. Not your filthy lie that Arabs are related to Jews, because no one disputes that. Because the Arabs come from various strands, and of course they'll have some relationship to the Jews. I'm asking about Ishmael fathering your fake prophet, that son of the devil, Muhammad, by settling in Mecca. Give me pre-Quranic, pre-Islamic proof that he is a son of Ishmael. So let's see how you're going to do in these 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Were you going to show us that quote from Ibn Kathir?
I'll wait for him because I'm going to embarrass him right after he comes back. After I got him all here. We lined up. But we're going to see this guy run. Come on.
All right. All right, Nadir. Let me start for you now.
Well, I think the evidence I've presented is good enough, and we also got historical records where we also saw from Encyclopedia Britannica where the descendants of Ishmael are the Arabs are the descendants of Ishmael. As for his verbal abuse, what you're going to find out tonight is that this is all he's going to really present tonight. Just nothing more than verbal abuse. But anyways, I think the issue here tonight is it's very clear that there is a genetic link between the Arabs and the Jews. And so when we talk about Ishmael as being the descendants, or the Arabs being the descendants of Ishmael, this is not something which is really disputed. But let us go very quickly now and let's look at the facts. Remember, I said Christians will not present any fact, and there's really only one reason why we say Muhammad is the prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18, is because that is what the facts support. So let me go ahead and very quickly get into the facts rather than the conjecture which Sam Shamoun is bringing up. So let's get to the facts. What are the facts in which basically make Muhammad like Moses? So let's go very quickly over here. What we know here is that both of them were theocrats. Not only theocrats, but they were successful theocrats which established a theocratic state. As you can see from my references, notice I'm not going into the Bible. Why? Because this is how facts are established. They're by going from additional sources like history.com. You can also go to BibleStudyTools.com to substantiate your facts. They were both theocratic people, but not only theocrats, but they were successful at doing it. Both of them were lawgivers, and as we can see over here, that Moses brought a law and Muhammad brought a law, and today both Muslims and Christians are following those laws. And again, I'm sorry about it. I'm going to go very quickly through my references. I'll ask that you hit pause on the YouTube video just to get them down. Both of them were warrior prophets, as we can see from Encyclopedia Britannica. Moses was a great warrior prophet. He dispatched many armies, and same thing with Muhammad. Muhammad was also a warrior prophet. Both of them conquered the Holy Lands. We see that God, Moses actually never, entered into the Holy Lands, but he had Joshua commenced him to conquer the Holy Lands. And we find the same thing about Muhammad. Muhammad also was, his army later on conquered the Holy Lands, and it wasn't him, but it was Omar, the Joshua of Islam, who did it.
Okay, all right. Time's up. So, okay, Sam.
Yeah, I'm going to decimate his objections, but notice the coward didn't answer my question. And if he's complaining about abuse, he buried his prophet who abused people with filthy language. So did Abu Bakr, telling a guy to go suck the clitoris of Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, I believe. So let's not go there because you're going to humiliate your prophet. But notice he lied. He said that the Encyclopedia Britannica said that Ishmael is the father of Arabs. Now I want him to quote the encyclopedia to show Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered the Quraysh, who are the people of Muhammad. Secondly, I want again, quote pre-Islamic proof, pre-Quranic proof, Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered the Arabs at Mecca, who are the answers to Muhammad, because that's crucial to the prophecy. If you can't show me your wicked prophet, that immoral son of the devil, is an Ishmaelite, then you destroyed any connection he has with Abraham, and therefore he cannot be from the brethren of the Israelites. Now, with that said, since you want to talk about law, here is a law given by Moses that shows that your prophet is of the devil. In Deuteronomy 24, verses 1 to 4, Nadir, the true God who spoke through Moses said that when a man divorces his wife, she marries another, and that other divorces her or dies, she cannot go back to her first husband. That's disgusting to the God of Moses. But your wicked prophet said in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 230, that if you divorce your wife irrevocably and she wants to come back to you, she can until she marries someone who has sex with her, making her lawful for you to take her back. So how can your wicked prophet be like Moses when he is not related to Moses, because you have no proof he's a son of Ishmael? And how can he be like Moses when your wicked, filthy prophet ordered something that the God of Moses says is an abomination, and Moses would have killed your fake prophet for enjoining that command? And this is just the beginning. Watch what I'm going to do to you and your prophet. Go ahead. Let's see if he's going to answer.
All right.
As I told you.
All right, yeah, dude. Let me start your 3 minutes here. Just 1 second here. Please. All right, Nadir, go ahead, bro.
Okay, thanks. So, as I said, in no time will Sam Shamoun present any type of facts to support anything about whether if it's Jesus being that prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18, because remember the New Testament claims he is, but there will be no facts to support that. And so and if you look at the job, and we'll talk about that, whether if Jesus is really that prophet or not, we'll get there later. But I think it's very interesting. Everything I presented to you is a fact about Muhammad. These are facts which are not disputed, and Sam could not dispute that. And in fact, I'm even going to put out a challenge. Everything I will present to you will be based upon fact. So now he present to us not any fact, but a riddle. Roses are red, violets are blue kind of thing. Well, the laws are a little bit different here, and the laws are a little bit different here. Well, first of all, he was, if we just take away all that verbal abuse, you will see that he just said divorce and remarriage is allowed. Good. And this shows you, it further strengthens the case why Islam is the truth, because this is correcting a scientific error of the Bible. Because remember, the Bible, Jesus came and also abrogated a law. He said basically, that's it. Divorce is a one-time deal, only in case of adultery or death. We know that from science today, this causes a tremendous amount of problems for the children, because now they got to live in fatherless homes. So let us take a look at these two passages over here. I'm quoting Matthew chapter 5, verse 31. And it says, anyone who marries a divorced woman commits adultery. So my question to Sam Shamoun is, okay, a 16-year-old girl gets divorced because of some reason, why should she have to suffer for the rest of her life? Or even worse, why should the children have to suffer? And now I know most Christians don't practice this, but a lot do. People like Michael Brown and others and them, they do take this literally. So the verse or the hadith which he was mocking and insulting, it's correcting the scientific catastrophe of the Bible. And this is why Christians run away from debate. They will never debate the Bible, the Quran, and modern science. I've been putting out this challenge for so long, and they will never come to debate that because they know the Bible contradicts science, unlike the Quran, which is in complete harmony with modern science. So let me just very quickly give you my references. This is what Sam has to answer to us because he shot himself in the foot tonight. Why should children have to suffer, Sam? If their mother gets divorced, why should they have to suffer in living in single families? Lifelong suffering for no apparent reason. I hope you can answer that because that'll show the falsehood of the New Testament. And so by you bringing up this issue, well, you say it's filthy, dirty sex, as if you are some kind of Adonis of virginity, What makes you
Okay, time's up there. Just before Sam comes in, I just want to, first of all, I want to apologize to Michael Brown. What he said about Michael Brown is, and then what he said about all Christians, I want to try to be objective here. But I also want to say one thing. The reason Sam has been saying these things about Ishmael and everything like that is because what the argument that you are going to present, because we've heard it from you 700 times, is that Muhammad is a descendant of Ishmael, thereby making him like a cousin or some kind of so-called brother of the Israelites. And so that's the relevance of talking about Muhammad being a descendant of Ishmael. So go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, notice the deceit, because he's like his God. He changed the subject, but now I'm going to bury him with his argument. He said children, right? And yet this is the man who has no problem with his 54-year-old pervert having sex with a 9-year-old minor and then violating her in the name of Allah, calling it marriage, and then leaving her at a widow at 18 without the possibility of her ever marrying and having children. And he's talking about damage to children. You don't do much more damage than sleeping with a minor, doing irreparable psychological, physical, emotional damage, than leaving her childless without any husband for the rest of her life. And this filthy pervert wants to say this man is a prophet like Moses. But it gets worse for this pervert. And I'm going to call him what he is. If he doesn't like it, then you know what? Find you another religion. In 65 verse 4, his filthy perverted God says that perverts like him can marry prepubescent minors, premature minors who haven't menstruated yet, divorce them, and they wait 3 months for another pervert like him to marry them. So we're talking about children and their health. You just buried your God and Muhammad in hell where they deserve. But then it gets worse. His prophet lusted for his adopted son's wife, Zaynab bin Jash. And then Zayd divorced her so his perverted prophet could marry her because he lusted for a married woman. According to Jesus, both Allah and Muhammad deserve to be in hell for lusting for a married woman. But then it gets worse. What did his perverted prophet do? He abolished adoption to save face, because people are saying, you dirty pervert, you took your son's wife. He goes, oh, adopted sons are not your children. Name them after their fathers, thereby destroying adoption, leaving countless number of orphans without the opportunity to have anyone call their parents, leaving barren women and husbands who can't impregnate their wives without the opportunity of adopting an orphan and making that person his own child. And this sick pervert has the audacity to complain about what the Bible says when his prophet abolished adoption, violated a minor, sanctions in his filthy Quran that perverts like him can violate minors, doing irreparable psychological, emotional, physical damage. And on top of that, leaving poor Aisha, widow at 18, no children, to die childless without a family, let alone his other wives. And you have the audacity to defend this filthy pervert, the son of the devil? But now, coming back to the issue, you didn't answer my question. According to Deuteronomy 24, verses 1 to 4, there it says, if a man divorces his wife, she marries another, he can't take her back. So according to the God of Moses, your filthy prophet, by saying the only way you can take your wife back is if she marries and has sex with someone, he commits abomination. Pray tell, how can he be a prophet like Moses? You just destroyed Muhammad. Thank you.
All right.
Glory to Jesus.
Okay, and for those of you who don't know, this is in Arabic is called the muhallil. This is called the muhallil. It's in Surah Al-Baqarah, where if a man divorces his wife 3 times, like divorce you, but then later regrets it and wants to come back to her, wants her to come back. First of all, according to the system, she has to go marry another guy, have sex with him, that man divorce her, and then come back to her original husband, which in the Bible, in the Torah, is called abomination, but it is in the Quran, and it's it's called the muhallil in Arabic. So, okay. All right, Nadir, 3 minutes to respond, okay?
Okay, and I'll ask for the moderator to be neutral here, because I can only debate one person at a time here, okay? So let's go back to the horrific scientific error in the Bible. Now, if you recall, did Sam ever defend what the teachings of the Bible is, in which it says that unmarried women, women who are divorced, unless it's for adultery or death, they cannot get remarried? He never answered, why should the children have to suffer like that? And so we see here that once again, he has really, exposed a bad scientific error in the Bible. And I mean, I have many references which I can show you here. In fact, let me pull up my little thing over here. Okay, here we go. Pull up my little thing over here. Okay, so now he talked about Aisha. There was all this bodily damage or something like that, if I understood him correctly. But the truth of the matter is there was no damage done to Aisha, which he was saying. And again, it's very sometimes hard to understand what he's saying through all the verbal abuse and insults. But one thing we should also understand is that Jesus had little girls sexually molested in the Bible. Did you know that? This is Book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 18. Now, I'm going to spare you all the verbal insults because there's no need for that, but it's very important to point out. Look what the Bible says over here. Inside Numbers chapter 31 verse 18, and we're way off, kind of off topic.
You're
but
way off topic, man.
Because now let's see over here what Moses orders people. It says kill all the men, women, and children. Basically, now it's in verse 17 over here. It says now kill all the boys and kill every woman who has slept with a man. But save those little girls for yourself who have never slept with a man. So my question here is, what are those little girls for you to save for, Sam? So, and not only that, but this is only after they have been sexually molested. Because remember, the text over here says, check if they're virgins. Now, I'm not going to walk you through that process. I think you understand what that entails. So first, Moses, and this is an order coming from God, and according to Christians, Jesus is God. So, all those words like filthy pedophiles, all those other words, can we use those same insults here? I think we can. But notice how Sam Shamoun is running away from the facts. Muhammad and Moses were successful theocratic prophets. They were warrior prophets. They both conquered the Holy Land. Moses, he basically had Joshua go and do this work for him. And the same style we find in Islam. Muhammad basically had Omar to go and conquer the Holy Land. Exact same thing. Notice Sam Shamoun running away from these 4 facts.
All right, your time's up. Okay. Okay, dude. Father, forgive us, Lord. In Jesus' name, forgive us, Lord. All right, Sam.
Hold on, before you time me. I'm going to answer this pervert's attack of the Bible, but make sure he stays on subject, because now, like a dog, he's going off topic. But I'm going to answer this so that, unlike him, I'm going to answer, but make sure, because this is what he does. He goes off topic like a filthy coward. That's why I have no respect for him. No one respects him. And that's why I'm treating him like a dog, Matthew 7:6. So it's saying, please, do not let this coward run from the topic like the filthy is. Now I'm going to bury him with his argument. Now start timing me. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay. Now, again, this proves that Nadir is like his prophet. He's a pervert who twist scripture to his shame and humiliation. Let me read Numbers 31, 15, 18 to show you how this sick pervert is reading it as if this is about Muhammad, and then I'm going to turn the argument against him. Numbers 31, 15 to 18. Moses said to them, have you let all the women live? Behold, these on Balaam's advice caused the people of Israel to act treacherously against the Lord in the incident of Peor, and so the plague came among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known man by lying with him. But all the young girls who have not known man, by lying with him, keep alive for yourself. Because he's a sick pervert like his God. This is actually God showing compassion to the young girls, because if he had actually read Numbers 31, Numbers 25, the women enticed the men of Israel into sexual orgies, following the sunnah of Muhammad and Allah, in an act of worship of their false god Baal. When God says spare the young virgins, it wasn't because they are perverts like Muhammad who sleep with minors and molest them and then sell them off or hand them to someone else. It's because they were not complicit in the sin of sexual immorality in enticing men to worship the false god Baal, who's now known as Allah, Muhammad's God. It was to spare them and show them mercy. And unlike Allah and his fake prophet, what does Moses say when you find a mature captive woman? Deuteronomy 24, verses 1 to 4. It says, if you find a captive woman, you find her attractive, you give her a month to mourn, she shaves her head, trims her nails, she changes her clothes of captivity, and after a month, you marry her and give her the status of a wife. And when you divorce her because there's something displeasing, you send her off. You do not sell her. She's not your property. Now compare the God of Moses with this pervert's prophet and God. In chapter 4, verse 24, it says, unlawful for you are married women, except those whom your right hands possess, meaning your captives that you have stolen from war. And this is found in Sunan Abu Dawud, number 2150. So I want this pervert to defend his prophet. It says that they found captive women whose husbands were alive and they were beautiful and they didn't want to touch them. But his God said, hey, they are your right hand possession. You can have sex with them even though their husband is alive and sell them off. What a marked contrast with the God of Moses, who says you can't have sex with captive women, especially married ones. You got to marry them and give them the honor of a wife. Then if you divorce them, you let them go. That means Moses' law is better than Muhammad, that pervert. And yet this pervert wants to talk about scientific errors and irreparable damage to girls. What do you do with your filthy religion that allows a man like you to have up to 4 wives and divorce them at will for no legitimate reason?
All right.
Damage to those kids, you pervert.
All right, Nadir, your turn.
Okay, thank you. So as you can see, he was not able to defend the scientific error of the Bible. He's just basically engaging in so much verbal abuse. But anyways, let's get back to the text, which he gave some weird, bizarre interpretation. Well, that he spared the little girls because they weren't guilty in committing all those crimes over here. I don't want to get into these type of wacky quack to refute his wacky quacky interpretations. It's really clear here that these girls were sexually molested. They were checked if they were virgins, and then it said have the little girls for yourself. Now kill all the boys. Those were innocent people too, right, Sam? So your explanation doesn't make sense. But I want to get back to the topic of tonight's debate and to present to you clear evidence why Muhammad is the prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18. So as we can see, there is a victorious argument which is fomenting. Now, we saw that Muhammad and Moses were great warrior prophets, not just any warrior prophets, but they were successful warrior prophets. We saw that they were both theocrats. We saw that they both conquered the Holy Lands. And so we see many of these similarities. Now, I want to also tell you that what does it mean to be like somebody? Now, if you notice all the thing about raping and right hands possessed, sorry guys, I'm going to put that on the back burner. I got to get to the topic here. So I'm going to ignore a lot of the red herrings and things where we're veering off. You see, it's very important what it means to be like somebody. When you want to be like somebody, it means you match them intrinsically. Intrinsically meaning something special about that person. Like Donald Trump, he has that talent of making $1 billion in the real estate industry. Now, if I had that, I could say I'm like Donald Trump. So this is, and so if you look at all of those similarities, conquering the Holy Lands, being this great warrior prophet, these are intrinsic characteristics versus something like they were both Jews, or they both didn't eat pork, or they both ate lamb. These are things which are commonalities or similarities which you can find in many people. So that's why I thought it was very important to point out. And so why this is important is because if you look at Jesus, who he was, Jesus doesn't have any intrinsic quality with Moses, which once again disproves the New Testament. Now, let me take that back, walk that back a little bit. There are some intrinsic qualities between Jesus and Moses, but Muhammad had those same ones. So if you subtract those out, what you are left with is nothing. And that's my challenge for Sam Shamoun. Show me one intrinsic quality or attribute between Jesus and Moses which make them similar, and you will never be able to find that. There's only one man who matches Moses intrinsically like what I've shown you, and that's Muhammad. Go ahead.
Okay, time's up. Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready, Sam. Go ahead.
Okay, Lord willing, I'll come back to his shameless butchering, Numbers 31. He lied like his prophet did. It didn't say what he said, that they were molested, but he's a liar like his prophet. And if he keeps complaining to me about abusing him, I'm going to quote what his filthy prophet said to people, how he abused them and cursed them. But now, let me bury Nadir with his prophet. He wants similarities, right? Notice the coward never went to Deuteronomy 34, 10 to 12 to show us what it means to be like Moses. And here, where we're going to now, hold funeral services for Allah and his messenger. Deuteronomy 34, 10 to 12. And there has not arisen a prophet since in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face. One criterion, know God face to face. None like him for all the signs and wonders that the Lord sent him to do in the land of Egypt. So the two criteria to be like Moses, speak to God face to face and do miracles like Moses, right? When he sent to Pharaoh all his servants to all his land, and for all the mighty power and all the great deeds of terror that Moses did in the sight of Israel. Now get ready to be buried with your prophet Nadir. Number one, quote to us a single verse in the Quran where Allah appeared to Muhammad in a cloud and spoke to him face to face. Exodus 24 verses 9 to 18. Exodus 24 verses 9 to 18. Exodus 33, 7 to 11, it says, the true God came down in a cloud and spoke to Moses as he entered the cloud and spoke to him face to face as a man speaks to his friend.
Alright guys, this is the part where this video gets more interesting. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so and hit the notification button to be notified each time we post a new video. Let's get back to this video to get more details.
Matthew 17:5, Nadir. Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration. The cloud comes down in front of Jesus with Peter, James, and John, and Moses and Elijah, and they heard a voice from the cloud saying, this is my son whom I love, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him. So first challenge, show that your filthy prophet is like Moses in the way that Deuteronomy says he has to be like Moses. Quote a single hadith or Quran where your false god Allah appeared in a cloud in front of multitudes of people, in front of Abu Bakr and Umar, and they heard his voice like God did for Moses and the Father did for Jesus. Secondly, show us the miracles that Muhammad did that are similar to Moses. And I hope you're stupid enough to bring up the splitting the moon, because I'm going to split your brain cells if you do. I want you to show us where Muhammad did any miracle similar to Moses. When chapter 28, verse 48 of your fake Quran, it says, the people asked your fake prophet, how come signs are not given him like they were given to Moses? So even the people at Muhammad's time knew your quack prophet didn't have any signs like Moses. But Jesus, on the other hand, much like Moses, did many signs and wonders, all of which your fake Quran confirms. For example, in chapter 3, verse 49 of your fake Quran, Jesus fashions a bird from clay, breathes into it, and it comes to life. Jesus gave sight to the blind, cleansed lepers, gave life to the dead. None of which your fake prophet could do, all of which is identical to your fake God in the Quran. So Jesus is not just like Moses, he's like your fake God.
All right. Thank you, Stan. Time's up. All right. Okay.
Christianity has already been refuted. I'm sorry, go ahead. Let me start again. Yeah, so as I said, you were not able to defend the scientific error of the Bible. He never told us tonight, why must these children have to suffer? What sense does that make? So when he was attacking the story about the divorce and remarriage, which actually is a red herring, it doesn't prove anything in terms of who that prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18 is. Just your personal interpretation here is. But notice how he has ran away from that. He has ran away from the similarities which are based on fact between Moses and Muhammad. And now, remember, I told you in the beginning, never will the Christian present to you fact. Never. They will only present to you personal interpretations. Zigzagging across Bible verses, the Bible means this, and the Bible means that, and the Bible says this, and the Bible says that. But when you actually go back and look, you will see it is nothing explicitly written. Now, I will challenge you here tonight. If you look, first of all, Muhammad actually does pass Deuteronomy 34 in the passage which you quoted. That's fine. But I want to make it very clear that when we talked about Deuteronomy 18:18, that God will send a prophet like Moses, is it explicitly written in the Bible that Deuteronomy 34 is some criteria for the prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18? Can you take 10 seconds of my time, Sam, and answer that question? Is it explicitly written like that?
You want him right now?
Ed, go take 10 seconds of my time. Is it really written?
I'm not stopping it, so
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, very easy, because again, you can't answer, so you're resorting to stupidity.
Okay, help him out.
Can I read it? Or are you going to bark?
Go ahead, Sam.
Stop going, because it's disgusting. Stop licking the black stone and going. Now, listen, here it is. Deuteronomy 34. And there has not arisen a prophet since in Israel like Moses. So there's the exact words, a prophet like Moses. So yes, it's right there, because it says, I'm going to raise a prophet like you. So in the same book, it says, here's what a prophet like Moses is. So you just got buried. Go back to your rebuttal, so then I can come and bury you. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, Nadir. I did stop it for you, so you still got 1 minute and 15 seconds, Nadir.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
That's my point. What Christians present to you is not in the Bible. You see, nowhere is it explicitly written that Deuteronomy 34 is some kind of test or some criteria for the prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18. This is their false interpretation. Well, I can't say it's a false interpretation. Hypothetically, it could be possible, but it's not written. And so this is very important. Everything I present to you will be explicitly written. Now let's read the passage over there again. It says, and there arose not a prophet since in Israel like unto Moses. Who are they talking about? It's talking about Joshua. Joshua was a warrior prophet. Thank you, which is exactly like Muhammad, whom the Lord knew face to face. So now what Sam did, he spun this to make it, what you have to see God face to face. So now what we are dealing with is an interpretation of the Bible. We are 2 levels deep of personal interpretations. So you had the first interpretation, whether this was some type of criteria for Deuteronomy 18:18. Well, maybe not. That's an interpretation. The second interpretation, whom the Lord knew face to face, really means.
Okay. All right, Sam.
Okay, now before you time me, I want cross-X, because this guy's a joke. He's not answering anything, and I want to bury him in cross-X. So make sure we do cross-examination. Okay?
Oh, dude, I got to go take my heart medicine first, but okay.
This guy, he's already being humiliated like a clown, and I want to embarrass his prophet. But make sure you do cross-X so he can stop barking. But now, let me destroy his falsehood again. He keeps on about children. I guess he didn't hear me. When your filthy religion allows you to divorce your wives at whim and have up to 4 wives, show me the studies, what it says about a man with multiple wives having multiple children, exposed to multiple women as their mother, and the damage it does on them psychologically. And in your filthy religion, you can divorce a woman at will. There are no restrictions, which means that you're doing greater damage to these kids, especially if you marry a 9-year-old minor and violator like your filthy prophet did. But let's come back to the issue. I don't know how he spun Deuteronomy 34:10-12. Let me read it again. And there has not arisen a prophet since in Israel like Moses. Oh, that's Joshua, warrior prophet. I don't know where he got Joshua here. Let's read it again. There has not risen a prophet since in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face, none like him, for all the signs and the wonders that the Lord did. So he keeps spinning it, but he got buried with his prophet because he can't get around this. And he says, well, seeing God face to face means seeing God actually. I didn't make that up. Here it is, Exodus 33, 7-11. Now Moses used to take the tent and pitch it outside the camp, far off from the camp, and he called it the tent of meeting. And everyone who sought the Lord would go out to the tent of meeting, which was outside the camp. Whenever Moses went out to the tent, all the people would rise up, and each would stand at his tent door and watch Moses until he had gone into the tent. When Moses entered the tent, the pillar of cloud would descend and stand at the entrance of the tent. The Lord would speak with Moses. Verse 11, thus the Lord used to speak to Moses face to face as a man speaks to his friend. You got buried, Nadir, so let me repeat my challenge again. Show us in your Quran or Hadith, Allah coming in a cloud, speaking face to face with Muhammad, like he did with Moses, like the Father did with Jesus. Show us the miracles of Muhammad that resemble Moses, because that's the criteria, and no whining and no like a silly, retarded stone kisser is going to deny those facts. You got buried. Hopefully you do better. Anytime you go off topic, I'm going to embarrass you. And let me know when I can do cross-X to further embarrass this guy.
Okay. All right. Just 1 second here. Let me go ahead and clear up the start the 3 minutes again. Are you ready, Nat? Are you ready, Nadir?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and start.
He is conceding tonight that the Bible contradicts modern science. He knows that if people really took Matthew, I forget the passage, 10:32 or something, about only divorces in the case of adultery or death, that will cause the children to suffer needlessly. But he says, but your Quran, your Islam is also same thing, because it has polygamy, it has all these things, but he's never really presented any studies showing that polygamy causes dangers or anything. He's just, once again, remember he can never present facts. The whole Christian presentation, whether you're talking about Aisha, it's all personal interpretations. It is not based on fact. And this is not coming, when you talk about Aisha and things like that, this is not coming from the Quran. This is from the Hadith. So once again, excuse me, we see that the Quran is once again in complete harmony with modern science, because the whole issue of, prepubescent girls, this is not in the Quran at all. Okay, as far as marrying them. So what's interesting here is that their Bible does have scientific errors, and that's why Christians are running away. Christians like David Wood and people like that, they don't want to debate that. But so the Quran, with the story he was quoting, is actually correcting the scientific error of the Bible. But anyways, let me get back to the Hadith, which I was actually showing about marriage. He wanted to bring about marriage, prepubescent girls. What does the Hadith? Because again, this is really not inside the Quran. This is in the Hadith. But if you want to show scientific problems in the Hadith, no problem. We can discuss that. It says here that the woman is married for 4 reasons: for her property.
Hey, Nadir?
Yeah.
Could I ask you a question?
No, I got to continue my 3 minutes here, please.
I'll give you your time back. I'll give you your time back. Okay.
Go ahead.
Now you said the Quran never talks about marrying prepubescent girls.
That's correct.
Now, from my understanding, chapter 65, verse 4 says that that when you divorce a woman who no longer menstruates, you got to wait. The iddah is 3 months. And those who have not menstruated, meaning girls who have not yet which are prepubescent girls, and so that and Ibn Kathir and all of them say that what this means is girls who are prepubescent, who have been married, divorced, you have to wait 3 months before you remarry them. So how can you say the Quran doesn't encourage the marriage of
Okay, I will explain to you. When we look inside, there are people who are already marrying girls who are at that age, who are as a conquered land. So this is rules for everybody. But as far as whether you can and go out and marry a specific age group, that's not in the Quran. So this is an argument from silence. It's talking about here's what you do in the situation where you have a prepubescent girl. When you talk about the marriage of Aisha, this is not found in the Quran or anything. It's found in the Hadith. But I want to go back and clarify, and if you can give my time back.
Okay. All right. I'll give you your time. You go back to talk about 18. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but
you got a minute and 12.
Okay, thanks. So it says over here, for the property, she's married for her property, her status, her beauty, her religion. But it says, get the one who is religious. Once again, complete harmony with modern science. Because if you look for a woman who's got good religion, well, most of the time they're going to either be at least in their teens or older than that. So once again, this is in complete harmony with science, and the Quran is in complete harmony with science. But the Bible, according to Shamoun, he has conceded it contradicts modern science, and it causes needless suffering to innocent children. Now let's get back to Deuteronomy 34. So look at how he twists and puts his own interpretation. Now we're dealing with an interpretation of an interpretation, proving to you Christians cannot bring facts to you. It says, whom God knows face to face. God knows everybody face to face, but he turned it on. What this verse really means is like God coming down in the cloud and Moses saw him. That's what it really means. Thank you for your personal interpretation, Sam, but that's not what the text here says. And this verse is talking about Joshua, a warrior prophet.
Your time is up. I did give you your time up. I gave you the time I took for my question. So
okay, Hussein.
All right, Sam.
Hussein, I want to do cross-X now because he's a joke. Now we want to cross-X. We're asking him and he asks me.
Okay.
He's man enough to do that. See, look at the coward. He's now getting shaking. You're not running away. We're doing cross-X.
1 minute back and forth. That's how we should do it.
I'm going to ask you. No, well, hold on. You give me 10 minutes of me asking him questions. He can then ask me, and then I'm going to flip it on him, right? So we can do that?
Well, how do you say that again?
Cross-X, where I can ask him 10, 15 minutes, then he can ask me 10, 15 minutes. Can I start?
Are you willing? Is that good for you, Nadir?
Well, if it's a chicken, he'll run.
Okay, wait a second.
What we should do, 1 minute back and forth, so uninterrupted. You can't interrupt the person for 1 minute.
Not cross-X.
Okay, so let's
scared, Nadir.
10 minutes, and then I'll do my cross-examination for 10 minutes.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going to cross-examine you for about 10, 12 minutes. You ready?
Okay. 10 minutes, okay.
Okay.
So 10 minutes now?
Yeah, let's go. You got to unmute him, though.
Okay. Yeah, he's muted.
No, you got to unmute him so I can ask him so he can answer.
Oh.
That's cross-X.
Okay, so you ask and then I mute him now. You ask and then I unmute him to answer? Or just so I leave it open right now?
Why are you unmuting him?
But no interrupting.
Calm down. Don't be scared. I'll embarrass you. Okay, unmute him, Hussein, so he can hear me. Okay, number one. So you muted him again.
I unmuted him. Oh, go ahead.
You sure? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now, Nadir, I want you to give me pre-Quranic evidence that Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered Muhammad. Give me the source. Before Quran, before the Hadith. Give me one source.
Before the Hadith?
Yeah, because we have a lot of historical documentation.
You cannot interrupt me, Sam. Let me start. I think it's dumb. It's a dumb question because we have genetic evidence. I think scientific evidence is good enough. We've showed that both the Jews and the Arabs.
You're ranting, Nadir. I'm not going to let you rant. You're not going to eat my time. Let me make the question again. Don't eat my time. Don't rant because I know you want to eat up my time like a coward. Let me make it clear for you again. Just because Arabs and Jews are related doesn't mean the Arabs are Ishmaelites and that Ishmael settled in the Kaaba. I know you're too stupid to see that. Let me ask you the question again. Give me one pre-Quranic archaeological proof Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered the ancestors of Muhammad. Very simple. So if it's a dumb question, give me a dumb answer because you're dumb enough to do it.
Well, I don't know if any kind of evidence like that exists, but I think that it is irrelevant because we know that...
So your answer is no? So I can go to my second question.
You got to let me speak for 1 minute.
You said you don't have it, so let's go to second question. You don't need my time.
Wait a second. You can't just shut me out. I got to get 1 minute. You get one.
You just said no, so don't eat up my time. Go to the second question. Show me the genealogy of Muhammad. Show me the genealogy of Muhammad in the Hadith. Genealogy.
Well, we do have a genealogy, but I don't... No, look. I don't have it with me.
I have it.
Okay, go ahead. You could.
You want me to read it for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
But then it can't eat up my time because I'm doing your work for you. I'm going to read it.
Okay, but I think, wait a second. If I could go back, we should have 1 minute to talk each person.
Here, you don't understand the nature of cross-examination. I got 10 minutes, so if I have to stop you so my time, okay, you just ate my time. You know that, right? By your ranting, you're eating my time, which is a disciple tactic.
All right, I'm sorry.
Let me read the genealogy, which won't count against my time because you don't have it. I have it. I'll read it for you. Ready? Okay. You sure you're ready, Nadir?
Off the time.
Okay. This is the life of the Prophet Muhammad, Al-Sirah Al-Nabawiyah, Volume 1, pages 50 to 52. And this comes from Ibn Kathir, 700 years after the death of your Prophet. Let me read it. It's lengthy, so that you then try to explain it away. Okay. There is no question of Adnan being of the line of Ishmael, son of Abraham, upon both of whom be peace. What dispute there is relates to the number of forebears there were from Adnan to Ishmael according to the various sources. At one end of the spectrum, there is the extreme view that considers there to have been 40. This is the view of Christians and Jews who adopted it from the writings of Rakhia, the clerk of Armiya bin Halqiyah, supposedly Jeremiah, as we will relate. Some authorities maintain the 30, others 20, yet more 15, 10, 9, or 7. Now, just to make it easy for you, Nadir, I'm going to read this part. And this is why Malik, God bless him, did not enthuse over the attempt at tracing genealogy back before Adnan, meaning they could only confidently trace it to Adnan. Okay. Al-Suhaili commented further, we have merely discussed tracing back these lines with the school of thought of those scholars who favor and do not disapprove of it, men such as Ibn Ishaq, Al-Bukhari, Al-Zubair bin Baqar, Al-Tabari, and others. As for Malik, God have mercy on him, he expressed disapproval when asked about someone tracing his descent back to Adam, and commented, whence comes to him knowledge of that? Where do you get this knowledge from? When he was asked about tracing back to Ishmael, listen to this, Nadir, these are your scholars. Tracing back to Ishmael, he expressed similar disapproval, asking, who could prove such an information? Who could prove such an information? Malik also disliked tracing the genealogy of the prophets, such as saying Abraham, son of so-and-so, and Al-Muyatti stated this in his book. Al-Suhaili commented also that Malik's viewpoint was analogous to what was related of Urwa bin al-Zubair, who is reported to have said, we have found no one who knows the line between Adnan and Ishmael. No one, Nadir, between Adnan and Ishmael. It is reported that Ibn Abbas said, between Adnan and Ishmael, there were 30 ancestors who are unknown. Ibn Abbas also reputed to have said, when he traced back lines of descent as far as Adnan, the genealogists have lied twice or thrice. And that skepticism is even more characteristic of Ibn Masud, these are all companions of your Prophet, whose attitude was like that of Ibn Abbas. Umar ibn al-Khattab stated, we carry back the genealogy only as far as Adnan. That's Umar. Abdullah bin Masud, Ibn Abbas. Abu Umar bin Abdul Bar stated in his book, Al-Anba, Al-Marifat, Qabail al-Ru'wa, that Ibn Lahiya related from Abu al-Aswad that he had heard Urwa bin al-Zubair. We never found anyone who knew genealogy past Adnan nor past Kahtan unless they were using conjecture. Abu al-Aswad stated that he had heard from Abu Bakr bin Abu Khaytham, one of the very most knowledgeable men of the poetry and the genealogy of Quraysh. We never knew anyone with information going back beyond Ma'ad bin Adnan. No one, whether relating poetry or other knowledge. Abu Umar said that there was a group of the predecessors, including Abdullah bin Masud, Amr bin Maymun al-Azdi, Muhammad bin Qab al-Qurazi, who when they recited the verse from the Quran, and those after them who no one but God knows, would comment, the genealogists lied. Finally, Abu Umar, God have mercy on him, stated, we hold the meaning of this to differ from their interpretation. What is implied is that regarding those who claim to enumerate Adam's descendants, no one knows them except God who created them. But as for the lines of descent of the Arabs, the scholars conversant with their history and genealogy were aware of and learned by heart about the people and the major tribes, differing in some details of that. Now I can give you more, but you just read, your Prophet's companions say, if anyone goes beyond Adnan, they're liars. No one knows. We don't have any conclusive proof of a genealogy connecting Adnan to Ishmael. So I want to know, what proof do you have that Muhammad is from Ishmael? Which son of Ishmael? Because according to your own genealogists who contradict each other, some say he was from Nebawath, others say he was from Kedar. They couldn't even agree. Was it Nebawath or Kedar? How do you know? Prove he's a son of Ishmael in order to prove he is from their brethren. Answer the question now.
Absolutely. So we can know from science today. Science has confirmed that the Jews and the Arabs are really the children of Abraham. Says, and it goes on. I'll give you this reference over here.
Where it says Ishmael.
MD.
Read it.
Well, let's talk about this. I mean, we know.
Read it. Your source. Show me where it says in your source, Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered the Arabs there. Quote it. Read it.
Okay, so this is something which we know as far as a particular
Read
hadith.
it.
Hold on. As far as getting a specific hadith, which are talked about.
Forget hadith. Your source. You're not listening. This source you're putting up in front of our face.
Yes.
Quote the paragraph where it says, and Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered the Arabs, the ancestors of Muhammad.
This supports, see, Sam, this supports exactly what we know from history. This is
the answer, no, you can't.
Can you not see this supports what we are saying?
No, it doesn't. Because no one's denying Jews and Arabs are related.
Explain how is it that the Jews and Arabs
are related? No one denies, because Abraham had 6 other sons from Keturah who also followed Arabs.
Their children is what you're saying, right?
Listen to what I'm saying. Okay. The same Bible that you're twisting to your shame, Abraham's 6 other sons from Keturah who also followed. So to say that Arabs are related to Jews is not the argument. What we're looking for is Ishmael being in Mecca, fathering those Arabs. The answer is Muhammad. Can you show me where it says that there?
I don't have that hadith with me right now, but definitely.
You don't have a hadith that says that, right?
I don't know. I'll have to go take a look. Why don't you?
Okay, now you answer. Okay, that's fine. I respect you don't know. Okay, now third question, because
I feel that is irrelevant. I feel
it's irrelevant when you have to prove that he's an Ishmaelite to be a brother like Moses. Come on, man. Don't play these games.
This would be a rewrite of history. Right now, you got to go through all the books like Encyclopedia Britannica. You got to rewrite all
Show
this.
me any quotation from Encyclopedia Britannica. You're eating my time with your game.
Commonly regarded.
Show me. Listen to my question, because you're playing.
Right here in front of you. This is from Encyclopedia.
Show me where Encyclopedia Britannica says Ishmael settled in Mecca and fathered the Quraysh, the ancestors of Muhammad.
Okay, so you wanted like Ishmael fathered the Arabs, and from that lineage comes Quraysh.
Went to Mecca like you. And
what I for you.
You want to hear the question?
And so I would think you would need to rewrite this, if I understand your argument.
Rewrite it. It doesn't say that Ishmael settled in Mecca.
You do accept that Ishmael, commonly regarded by both Jews and Arabs as a progenitor of the Arabs, is considered a messenger or a prophet. So you're okay with that?
Encyclopedia Britannica, which is a secular source, thinks that Ishmael's a prophet? You're joking, right?
Considered a messenger.
Who? Encyclopedia Britannica?
My point to you is I can go and do the homework you're asking me to do, Sam, but look at all.
I've done it for you. There's none. So let's go to the other question. Can we go to the other question, because you're eating my time?
Okay, go ahead.
Got 1 minute left, you guys.
Right.
So you didn't take time away from me, right, for reading that link?
I didn't take the time for the genealogy thing.
Okay, now, according to the very books of Moses which you're quoting from, they're a unit, whether you like it or not. Can you show me where in the Torah does it deny that speaking face to face means God appearing in a cloud, speaking directly face to face with Moses, like I showed you in Exodus 33, 7 to 11, Exodus 24, and Numbers 12, verse 6 to 8, because you said, well, God is face to face with everyone. You distorted the meaning in the context of the books that you're citing, and show me where your God appeared in a cloud and spoke face to face to Muhammad.
Okay. Well, so this is going back to your interpretation of an interpretation of the Bible. The actual text says whom the Lord knew face to face. All this other stuff you're giving us is your interpretation package. So
when I'm quoting the same author.
Whom
all
the Lord
right, you guys. That cross-exam. Now, Nadir, you get 10 minutes to cross-examine Sam.
Awesome. Okay, so
Okay, wait 1 second. Let me start it. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I said tonight that you will never be able to give any facts. In Deuteronomy 34, where I wanted in these explicit words that first of all, Muhammad passes Deuteronomy 34.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, but let me finish.
Don't make an assertion. Ask me questions.
Talk about it, but I do feel like it is irrelevant because there's really, do you know of an explicit passage which says Deuteronomy 34 is the criteria for Deuteronomy 18:18?
Yes.
possible. Where does it say that? Where does it say that?
The same book that you're quoting in Deuteronomy 18 goes on at the conclusion of the book to explain what a prophet like Moses is. It's only you thinking it's the Quran that's haphazard and has no context.
So the answer is for interpretation.
Okay. No, let me finish. That's good. I'm answering you. But now let's go back to Deuteronomy 18, because there it's going to further bear you. It says, as you asked of the Lord on the day of Horeb, when you said, let us not hear this voice anymore, but you speak to us. Now, since I can't ask you, I want you to now deal with the fact that the context is speaking of a prophet like Moses in order to fulfill the requests of the Israelites who said,
you I've heard. Let me take my time back, Sam. Now this is my cross-examination period. So as we can see, I mean, it's possible that Deuteronomy 34 could have been that. It's possible, but we see that this is not explicitly stated in the Bible, and that's a problem.
Ask your question. Stop pontificating. Ask your question.
Okay, so it says, now we saw from Prophet Muhammad, there's many intrinsic. Notice that word, intrinsic similarities. They are both warrior prophets, not just warrior prophets, but successful warrior prophets.
You're pontificating again. Get to your question.
We saw that they are successful warrior prophets. They both were theocrats. They both, what's it called?
You're pontificating. Ask me the question. It's not time to preach.
They're both lawgivers. They're both warrior prophets.
You're pontificating. You're eating your time. You want to eat your time as a dummy? Go ahead. Ask me the question.
Show me one person in history who matches Moses intrinsically like Muhammad does.
Okay, let me answer.
Give me one person.
Your question. You want me to answer?
Yes,
nowhere in Deuteronomy does it say the criterion to be like Moses is to be a warrior prophet. You're lying. You're spinning it. It's not there. You added it. So unless you can show me a verse where it says to be like Moses. To be like Moses is to be a warrior prophet, you're a liar. And now let me show you why Muhammad is not like Moses.
Run, I'm going to get you. Don't worry.
Here we go.
You are now conceding to the fact. Okay, I will agree. If you look at Deuteronomy 18:18, it doesn't really say you have to be a warrior.
Just repeat yourself. Good job. Yay.
No, it doesn't explicitly say that. All what we are left with, if you look at and take the Bible explicitly, is that it talks about that there will be a prophet like like Moses.
Ask the question, Nadir. You're eating up your time.
I will ask you a second time. I will. Is there one person you know in history who matches Moses with Muhammad?
Yes.
Like we see. Who is that person? Yeah, go ahead.
Moses condemns Muhammad as a fake prophet because he.
You're not answering the question. Give me the name of the person.
Yes. Do you want to keep barking or you calm down?
Who is it? You're running away from the question.
Muhammad's God and destroyer, because let me explain. Jesus, like Moses, spoke to God face to face. And I gave you the reference. Jesus, like Moses, established a new covenant. Jesus, like Moses, established a priesthood. Jesus, like Moses, offered sacrifice. Jesus, like Moses, did miracles. Jesus, like Moses, is a lawgiver. And on it goes. And like Moses, when Jesus was 2 years old, Jesus, like Moses, bearing Muhammad. Praise Jesus, Muhammad's God. Go ahead.
Okay, now you're saying, okay, well, you see, it's Jesus, because Jesus did miracles. But Muhammad also did miracles too, as we read in the Hadith. And your
28:48. Let me ask. You're pontificating. Surah 28:48 says you're lying, because in Surah 28:48 it says. Surah 28:48 it says.
Hold on, Sam. You can't keep interrupting me. This is my.
No, you're preaching. This is the time to ask.
No, this is my.
28:48. Let me answer your question.
Sam, I'm telling you.
48 says.
Okay, you're not.
Did not do any sign like Moses. You're a liar. Go ahead.
You're taking my time. Okay, now I want you to take that out and give me that extra minute he took away. Look, now
don't let him preach. We're supposed to ask questions.
Courageously come forward and admitted that Muhammad did miracles in the Hadith.
Surah 28:48 says you're lying, and your Hadith are lying.
So that is once again his personal interpretation.
Let me read it. But when the truth has come to them from us, they say, why is he not given the like of what was given to Moses? Did they not disbelieve in that which was given to Moses of old? They say two kinds of magic, each helping the other. And they say, verily, in both we are disbelievers. So you just admit your Hadith contradicts the
Nowhere in the text you are admitting, Sam.
something.
Okay, now you read it. Now let me have my time. Sam, let me have my time. You are Sam, allow me to have my time now. It does not explicitly state in the text that Muhammad never did any miracles. Now,
but when the truth has come to them from us, they say,
we can't have this.
Why is he not given the like, same language, the like of what was given to Moses?
Sam,
they did not disbelieve in that which was given to Moses. They say two kinds of magic. So now, again, you can prove that contradicts the Quran.
Man, come on, this is not fair.
Nadir, what's not fair is don't preach. You gotta ask. You're not asking. You're preaching.
Okay. You want to take my time and okay. So as we can,
I ask you. Ask. Okay. You're preaching.
Now allow me to talk. Okay.
No, ask, not talk. Ask.
Listen. Now David Wood has came and admitted Muhammad did miracles as we see in the Hadith. So I was hoping you would do the same thing, but you did not.
You're saying open chapter 17, verse 59 for me, because he's trying to put David Wood, Michael Brown's grandmother. How much time does he have?
You don't even let me talk. You are obviously.
How much time does he have? Because another cross-sex is coming.
So you have 3 minutes.
Okay. You took off. Okay.
You're not. Okay, hold on. Calm down for a second.
No. This is my time. This is my time.
You're not listening. We'll give you more time. I'll give you 6 more minutes.
No.
I'll give you 6 more minutes, but you're not listening. Ask questions.
Come on, he's not letting me talk.
Preaching.
This is my time.
Your time to ask, not preach. Do you know the rules?
No, I am asking you a question here.
I'll give you 6
you brought
minutes.
up Jesus. Jesus has no intrinsic comparison between between Jesus and Moses. I want you to just give me one. Don't take all my time. I want you to give me one intrinsic value or quality between Jesus and Moses. Just give me one.
One. God spoke to Moses face to face, and the Father spoke to Jesus face to face. Let me give you a second one.
That's not intrinsic.
Yes, it is. Deuteronomy 34:10. Deuteronomy 34:10.
Intrinsic attribute.
Like Moses, whom the Lord spoke face to face.
You don't even know what intrinsic means. Let me tell you what intrinsic means, okay?
Next question.
Means a quality or an attribute of a person.
And the attribute of a person seeing God face to face. Go to next question.
Okay, the text actually says, whom the Lord knew face to face. Exactly. It does not say that God. And look at his interpretation of an interpretation.
Now he's preaching. You're preaching down here.
Hold on a second. The text does not say that I have to speak to God face to face. But anyways, this is not an intrinsic attribute. So you failed.
Because
you at the third time.
You're preaching.
Moses and Jesus.
Ask the question.
Quality. He fails.
He can't approve cross-examination.
There's no intrinsic value between the two.
Allah. How much time you have to say?
Only one
Hussein.
We're almost over, okay, guys. I'm gonna let you finish out this time, and then
I'm gonna give you an intrinsic value between Jesus and Moses. There is none. Give it to me.
Let me give you the other one.
Yeah.
Moses instituted a covenant. Jesus instituted a covenant. Moses functioned as a priest in 99:6. Jesus was a priest.
Next question. So that you have failed miserably to show a quality, an attribute.
Yeah, miserably I failed. Michael Brown failed. David Wood, we're all failed.
Both of them were successful warriors. Being a successful warrior is an intrinsic attribute.
Time up, because he plays
30 seconds. I'm going to let him finish it up.
Be that person. Okay, Jesus cannot be that person because, as we saw from Sam, there is nothing intrinsic.
He's preaching, right? You see that, right? He's not asking questions. He's
completely different. So intrinsic means
that, right? He's preaching. You can't respect the rules.
Yeah, this is an attribute which a person has, like being a successful warrior. That's a genetic trait. That's an attribute. That's what I'm asking you. Show me the likeness in Jesus. What is it?
Okay, is this time up? Because notice, Hussein,
try again. Show it to me.
Hussein, I'm trying to get your attention because this guy's preaching.
I know. Okay. I want to be fair. You got 10 minutes. Okay, guys. Now, because of my work situation, I got to go to work here in a few minutes. So what I'm going to do...
Bring him back tonight to finish the cross X. I want you to come back tonight, Nadir. We're going to finish the cross X. You better show up tonight.
Yeah, let's do it because you're.
Okay.
Don't
bark, Nadir.
Okay, you guys aren't listening to me, so I'm going to mute both of you. Since I got both of you guys here, what I was going to do is give you 6 minutes each, okay? And let me just... Oh, is Sam going away? Okay, Sam's going away. All right. Well,
okay. We're not finishing it. He's going to come back later on your show. We're going to finish it. That's why I don't give him any closing statements till he comes back. So when you're done, I'm up all night because we're not done with this debate because I'm going to end his career. So make sure set up a time for him to come because there's no closing statements until we finish it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Okay.
What are you going to back? Like an hour?
Do you want to come back? He wants you to come back tonight. And
what
so,
time?
What time are you talking, Sam?
When you're free.
When I'm free. Okay, I'll be done with work about 9:30.
Okay, that should be good for him.
9:30 your time or my time?
My time.
9:30. That's like 12 o'clock my time. No, we're gonna have to do this tomorrow because that's too late.
Okay, tomorrow. Okay, I'm free tomorrow. You're what time now? Hussein?
Right now it's 4 o'clock here where I am.
Well, I can do tomorrow your time, 2 o'clock, 2 3 your time.
Is that good for you, Nadir?
Let's do 1 o'clock. Can we do 1?
Whose time? 1.
1 o'clock Eastern.
That would mean his 1 o'clock Eastern. You got to push it a little later.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a little bit,
2 Eastern. Let's do 2 Eastern.
Okay, that would be 11 your time, Hussein.
No, that I can't do that. If we could do it 3 o'clock Eastern, because I could be here at 1 o'clock.
So 3 o'clock Nadir Eastern. That should be good.
No, 3 o'clock. Okay, what time?
3 Eastern time. 3 Eastern. That's
will be what time here? Be noon.
3 would be your time, noon, right?
Noon. Okay. All right, that's good with me. If you want to come tomorrow at noon.
Nadir, 3, right?
3 o'clock Eastern. We can do 3 Eastern.
Okay, so he'll send us the link to StreamYard, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because I got to run out myself. All right,
welcome back, guys. That was a very, very heated one, a very heated debate from Shamoun and Nadir Ahmed. Nadir Ahmed starts by saying Shamoun is a coward and he is scared of him, that Sam has been running away from the debate for a very long time, not knowing that Sam was listening from the background, and then Sam came up. And I love the energy Sam came on with. This has always been the problem. They always say Sam is the one running, whereas they are the ones running. Immediately Sam came up, saw the way he became afraid and he became agitated and started insulting. And then Nadir said Jesus harassed girls sexually in the book of Numbers, which to me is laughable because at that point Jesus was never mentioned in the Old Testament except that the prophecy that were left on ground. So for him to say that Jesus harassed girls sexually in the book of Numbers is laughable, and this is a very, very strong allegation, and I love the response of Shamoun. And then that proves that Nadir is a liar and the whole of Islam is a lie, because your Quran believes that he is a prophet, but a prophet greater than Muhammad, and that he is a holy prophet and he is without sin. If you're saying he harasses girls, it means that your Quran is a lie for saying that he is holy, that he is without sin, because somebody who does such activities, who does such a thing, is not a holy person. So for you to say, Nadir, that he did all those things, it means that your Quran is a lie and your prophet is a liar. And Shamoun challenges Nadir to show him that Muhammad is from the genealogy of Ishmael. The reason why Sam asked him that is because you cannot trace the genealogy of Muhammad more than 3 generations. So how are you sure he is from Ishmael? If you are telling us that he is from Ishmael, so you have to back it up with claim, and that was the reason why Sam asked him that very important question. And at first, Nadir looks like he is trying to dodge the question by distracting them to other topics entirely, and I think that was a very, very weak tactics from Nadir. Then the issue of Muhammad getting married to Aisha at the age of 6 and consummating the marriage when she was 9 years, and leaving Aisha widowed all her life because nobody can marry the wife of the Prophet. Sometimes things like this, they are outrageous and they are inhuman. And also Muhammad went ahead to marry the wife of his adopted son and went ahead again to abolish the abduction when people were making mockery of him that he got married to the wife of his son. So he told them that Allah has instructed him to abolish the adoption in Islam in order to save his face from shame. And Dr. Nadir came with a very, very weak response, where he said that Muhammad marrying Aisha at the age of 6 didn't cause the young girl any psychological or physical issue, to which to me is laughable. There is no way that you tell me that you sleep with a child and you don't cause her any physical damage or psychological damage. Guys, let's know what you think about this debate in the comment section, and also don't forget to share our videos with your friends and your family, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.